Hello, my name is Irina Chechmeli. I run the NPS program for Life Financial, and today I'll tell you the story of our NPS journey that moved us from the number to the discipline. But before we start talking about the journey, let me say just a few words about Life Financial. Today, Life Financial is a group that unites 7 banks, 8 brands, 800 branches in 65 Russian regions, and more than 17,000 employees. I'm sure my colleagues would be happy to tell you in more details about Life Financial if you ask them. But what I want you to know is that our strategy is totally based on customer loyalty. Our strategic goal for the next 2 years is to develop and support the branches with high NPS and good cost income. For us, good cost income is cost income lower than 40%, and high NPS is NPS higher than 75%. So me and my team and my colleagues are doing our best to establish such branches and to help them to achieve that goal. We have 3 interrelated elements in our strategy. First is the balanced scorecards. We have used the strategic maps to formalize our strategy and to understand where and how we move. The second element is customer loyalty or NPS program that helps us to understand the customer feedback, to close the loops with our customers, and to do changes based on customer feedback. And the next element is a special culture, a unique culture which we want to establish in our company through implementing the integrated operational system. We started our project in 2007 with 6 branches, and it was just before the crisis, so we were very lucky to manage this project under crisis. And first it was like no one believed in NPS. People thought it was just a trick. And it took us a long time to involve more and more people in the program and to make them believe in customer loyalty, in the possibilities of earning money due to the loyal customers, and in doing NPS program in their branches. Now we have 630 branches doing NPS, and every branch older than 6 months joins the program. This is our NPS journey. We started from measurement in 2005, and it was just a number that said nothing except NPS is 50 or 40%. No one understood what to do with the number. No one knew what was it about. So it took us 7 years to move from the number to the discipline to the system that helps us to run business and to implement this unique culture that make people think of customer loyalty as a priority of company strategy and as a primary source of our profits. This is our dynamics. We started from 56% in 2007, and we now passed through crisis and through some decrease in NPS after crisis, and as of today the group NPS is 56%. But we have not all the branches at such a good level. 53% of our branches have NPS higher than Life Group NPS, but best in class has plus 91%, and the worst in class has only plus 20% of NPS. This is a big gap, and my job and the job of my team is to help people understand why their NPS is high or low, and to understand what they could do to improve the NPS or to support it at a high level. We do it through Life DNA and through Culture Change program. We believe that the basics of the company's success are related with the loyal and effective employee. This employee can deliver exclusive service or wow service to the customers. Loyal customers brings us good earnings. How we do it, how we implement this integrated operational system, how we change the culture. We try to change the culture through implementing the special tools and a number of meetings that helps people to implement these tools at the branch level. Each tool is devoted to the area which helps the company to move ahead to the high customer loyalty. Monday, which could be in fact Tuesday or Friday, it depends on the day more convenient for the particular branch. Monday is about the customer feedback. People get together to speak about their customer feedback, to understand what changes should be done based on customer feedback, to speak how they close the loops, to speak about the key drivers for their customers, to speak about their loyalty profitability metrics, and to hold the customer meetings. On Tuesdays, they speak about innovations, and they initiate both innovations at the branch level and systemic changes. On Wednesdays, they speak about what they can do as a team to improve customer experience through their behavior and through their interaction. We aim our teams to be more efficient not only in financial results but in delivering exclusive service, and this asks for being more interrelated, being of the same values, and demonstrating the same behavior when they service their customers. Thursdays are devoted to two activities. First is activity of hiring new people. We hold special assessment center because for us it's very important to hire people based on corporate values, not only on their professional qualities. And our second Thursday activity is performance appraisal, because we believe that the employee should be not only customer oriented but financially effective as well. Fridays are our strategic days. The teams get together to think about their strategy, their vision, their customer value proposition, their financial models, and about how they would develop their business to be a business, not just a point of sale. You would ask me, how can we deliver this system to the branches? We have now 120 focus branches where we implement this system. We have a special institution of coaches or trainers who deliver this particular system and help our branches to implement this. The trainers are trained in Moscow by the core tool developers. I'm one of them, and then they go to the branches and help the teams. They train the teams, they support the teams, they are consultants, they are experts, and sometimes they are even the assistants of the branch manager. These are the implementation of NPS at the branch level. You can see the team. We discuss profitability, loyalty metrics, customer feedback, loyalty drivers, best practices, and the results are innovations, systemic changes, changes in behavior. This is based on the regular meetings, weekly meetings. What are the implications, what are the consequences of such activities at the branch level? Here are some of them. Innovations based on customer feedback. For example, one of our businesses understood from their customer feedback that the customers were not happy with the early payment system. The procedure was very heavy and it was very long, so they implemented a SMS note on early loan payment. A customer can send SMS saying, I want to make an early payment, and this helps to reduce the time for the paperwork that business do for this early payment. Another good example is trust payment for customers who can't come to the branch. One of the customers was on business trip and he couldn't come to the branch. He missed his loan payment, and another day he was to pay a penalty because he was late. So he claimed, and the team got together and thought of the ways how they could help such customers. So their innovation was to implement a new product, which is trust payment. Now the customer can call the branch if he's on business trip or just late to the branch and say, hello, can you make a payment for me, please? And people in the branch would do such payment. Next day, or when the customer can, he comes to the branch and he pays a small fee for such a service. But this fee is less than a penalty for missing the day of your loan payment. unfortunately or fortunately, branch level is not enough to implement successful NPS program. That's why we also implement the program on the strategic level. Here you can see one of the ways we implement it. For example, NPS is our standard KPI for customer perspective of the balanced scorecard. Another important thing we do on the strategic level, we analyze key loyalty drivers, not only by branch, but by region, by business, by bank, so it's on a more strategic level. As of today, our key loyalty drivers are different for different businesses because of different business models and customer segments. But for example, for our retail business, the key loyalty drivers are value for money, products that meet customer needs, and clear and easy information the customer gets during the process of sales. These are the focus directions to work on to improve customer loyalty and to increase the NPS. And people in the branches and people in the business understand this is particular what we should do to increase the NPS. But is it enough to have only NPS program to increase customer loyalty? No, that's not enough. Why? Because we are business, and even if we speak about customer loyalty being our core priority, we should earn money. The other thing is that we can earn it in a different way. For us, it's very important to have good profits. Good profits is profits earned through generating more promoters. And bad profit is profit that is earned not through generating promoters. Now about 50% of our branches have good profit, but the other 50 are having bad profits, unfortunately. So that's another area of our focus for the next 2 years. Why do we speak about the profits? Another reason for it is that we see an obvious and clear link between the NPS and financial results. This is the diagram developed by our partners from Setmetrics. They took the P&Ls of our branches and made a very interesting and short analysis. The average growth rate for 82 branches was 14% in 6 months. But for those branches whose NPS was lower than 60%, the average growth was only 1%. For those branches whose NPS was higher than 60%, the average growth made 27% at the same time. So it's very obvious that if you have higher loyalty, higher NPS, or better customer experience, you can grow faster. That is why we have a special contest or competition between our branches on both NPS and cost income. Andrei Litvinov is one of the presidents of these championship leagues, so he can tell you in details about what is this contest about and how we run it. If you're interested, please ask him. Another thing that we do to involve more people into NPS program on a strategic level is action planning. We launched it last year, and our action planning workshops now gather about 350 or 250 people every quarter. They get together to speak about the key challenges in the area of customer loyalty, to be about key loyalty drivers, and to think of a plan how they can fix these problems or how they can improve customer loyalty and choose the best possible solutions that would increase the NPS. Another thing that we use to make our people more customer oriented and to stimulate them think of better customer experience are Vugels. Vugel is a small movie made by the special team who shows our business through the customer eyes. It's about customer opinions, customer experience, customer perceptions, how the customers see our company. It's not about what we think about ourselves, how good we are. That's about what customers do really think about us and how they feel us and how they recommend us to other people. So sometimes when we show Googles in our strategic sessions, it caused really hot discussions, and when we started the project, sometimes it was like a conflict between the team and businesses because no one likes to see that he's not that good as he thinks of himself. Now Googles are accepted by the people as a good tool to see what is the real picture of the particular branch or of the particular region, and they use it actively to discuss the customer feedback, to think of innovations, to think of changes in behavior. So it's the same tool of our integrated operational system as other tools. So what are the lessons learned, or what are the key success factors for the NPS program? Based on our experience, our first lesson is that it takes you really long to implement the NPS program. So you can't expect success in one day and even in 1 year. It can take you 3, 5, 7 years to implement this successful program because it's based on people, on changing mentality, on changing paradigm, and it takes a long time. The second lesson learned is that NPS itself is not enough. You should give people some tools that helps them to innovate, to make changes based on the NPS, based on the customer feedback. They should innovate, they should do some systemic changes, they should change themselves, and they need some technologies, techniques, tools to do it. If they don't know how to do it, then NPS is just a number. One more lesson is that you should have supporters. You should have a team and people who support you. We call them service leaders. These are people who think the same way, who believe the same things, and who have the same mentality as you have. And they are the real implementers of this culture in the branches, in the group. They are the real drivers of the changes. They are the agents of changes, or they are the missionaries who brings new ideas to the teams and to the people. You should look for alternatives. Implementing NPS program is not like a strict regulation or instruction. Do 1, 2, 3, 4 and then you would be happy. No. It's always a search for better solution, for some options. We can do it this way and that way. And the only thing you should always remember are the corporate values. All your solutions should be based on corporate values, and they should correspond to the corporate values. That's what we teach our teams, our branches. You can make any solution, but think of two things. First, how this would affect the customer loyalty, and second, is it based on the corporate values? And one more important thing and key success factor is that you should share practices, both best and worst. We have special events where we get together with our service leaders and speak about best and worst practices of implementing the culture and implementing the NPS program. We also have other types of communications, helping people to understand what are the best practices, what mistakes people have done, and how they then corrected them. So it's a very important element of the successful NPS program. So thank you very much for your attention. You can call me, you can write me, you can contact me in any possible way if you want to know in more details about our NPS program. And have a good day.